everyone, so you wondered what my big news was? It's that I'm here at Pixar Studios for the opportunity to interview the director and producer of their newest film, Hoppers. So let's go talk to Daniel Chong and Nicole Grindel. So what I want to ask Daniel and Nicole about the most is what was the inspiration that made them choose Beavers? Obviously, I know why I love Beavers and how I talk about them every day and how they've changed my life, and that they're superheroes in the environment and in the real world. But what makes them the best protagonists in a Pixar film?
I look on Instagram. I love the Beavers.
Bo is like my best friend.
Builds dams in the house?
She does do a lot of that. She was also just my ring beaver in my wedding. It was a whole thing.
What?
She's my best friend.
Did she do it?
She did.
She could?
Yeah, we got married at on our pond, and it was just a lovely experience.
And she swam up with the ring?
I don't understand. I'm trying to picture what you're describing.
The logistics?
What does this mean?
Okay.
So
I know you have to do your job.
I'm gonna send that's okay. This is I only have one mic to share. Apologize. Okay. Well, I'll do a little intro about me. So I run Wild for Life Inc. and my coworker and best friend is Bo the Beaver. So I got into wildlife rehabilitation about 7 years ago, but just fell in love with beavers, probably for all the reasons you guys did, which is a little bit what I'm going to ask you about. But Bo, as you had the ring beaver in the wedding, we wanted to get married. She's so important in our lives that we set up at our beaver pond so that she could bring in her natural journey where she goes to swim every day.
Yeah.
She walked down and carried her rings on her tail and brought them to me to say, hi, Mom, and then went and swam in the pond.
Please tell me there's a video of this on. There has to be.
There is.
Oh
I'm sure you'll watch it later.
We absolutely will. We absolutely will.
But no, Bo works with me. We go into schools and libraries, and she's an incredible educator. She teaches so much more about beavers than I ever could. And I really do my best, but there's nothing that connects. You pick them for all the right reasons. They're charming, they're charismatic, they're hilarious, and you did such a wonderful job of capturing those emotions.
Oh, thank you.
Really,
Thank
spot
you.
on.
Thank you.
We genuinely love them.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah, gotta get the beaver shoes might be out of frame. That's okay.
Oh my God!
I didn't even notice.
Hi.
You're the
This gets better and better.
You're the real deal.
Yes.
Before the screening, Alexis wore a Beaver dress too.
I did,
Oh.
and I've been fangirl. So I'm also like an Emily Fairfax super fan.
Yeah, we all are.
Yeah.
Come on.
I got to hike in the Cameron Peak Wilderness like you guys did, and was also blown away by her knowledge and
With her.
with the same track. Very cool.
That is so great.
But yeah, I guess let's hop right in. I'm here with Daniel and Nicole, the director and producer of Hoppers, and I'm so excited for the opportunity to ask them a little bit about why beavers. So I know I talk every day in my job about why beavers are heroes in the real world and heroes for the environment, but what made you want to have them as the protagonists and heroes in your movie?
Well, Daniel, do you want to take it first? And then
Yeah. I mean, for me, I was looking for a main animal for this movie, and I read the story about Yellowstone National Park and how they rewilded with wolves, and beavers were a big part of that ecosystem rebuilding. And once I found out, like once they build those ponds and all these animals kind of return and life kind of and biodiversity kind of rebuilds through that ecosystem, you kind of go like, oh my goodness, these animals are amazing. Also, they're super cute, super chunky, very, very charming. So yeah, they had to be the stars of this movie.
And one of the things I love about beavers is they build a community in which all animals thrive. And I think as a story, it's a great metaphor for what we should all be doing in the world.
It's wonderful. I'd say, I think the other people at the screening noticed that I was sniffling the entire time. You guys got it from the minute of, you came in with Mabel. Her character is so relatable for anyone who loves animals and anyone who's ever felt like the animal world makes more sense than the human one. Pulling on those heartstrings, wonderful, wonderful work.
Good.
And I can tell that you did a lot of consulting with Emily Fairfax about, and Ben Goldfarb and all these other experts about beavers. What was the most unexpected thing that you guys learned in that research? What really shocked you the most?
Oh, Emily had so many crazy facts about beavers, but the one that I think we had to have her repeat twice was she just dropped this information that beavers, when they poop, they eat it and get the nutrients that they missed and try to get back in. I mean, it was very efficient, and you were like, oh, that makes sense, but it's also a little gross. But yeah, that was really interesting.
And my favorite fact that's surprising is that you can't tell whether they're male or female.
It's very true.
Visibly. And so until I guess they have to show what
one
they
of our
got.
biggest struggles as wildlife rehabilitators when we're building these emotionally complex animals with relationships that don't always work if you have one gender or the other.
Right.
And we're guessing. We're in the dark until we're able to get x-rays, which is an invasive and difficult procedure. So
Well, also you can smell the difference, right? Between the two of
allegedly.
them.
Now, I think of myself as a little bit of a beaver expert who spends a lot of time, all of my time with them. I think I'm developing a sense of smell for the adult males versus adult
Yeah.
females, but that
Yeah.
doesn't work when they're very young. And it doesn't really smell what the adage they say,
Yeah.
that males smell like motor oil and females smell like a fine French cheese.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't find that to be true at all.
Okay.
They also, somewhere, came at the beavers smell like vanilla,
Yeah.
also very much a myth to me. It's not an unpleasant smell, but I
Right.
wouldn't call it vanilla-y at all.
Emily
Okay.
definitely had us smell things.
She did have us smell things on our first trip, and yeah. I don't know. I
I
agree
might have
with
blocked
you.
out a lot of what that smell was.
You're making me
Wasn't-
feel better that I couldn't tell the difference.
Another question that there are also a lot of beaver misconceptions out there. Was there anything that you came in as an idea about beavers when you went into the film that changed over the course?
One of the big ones is we thought they eat fish. A
lot of people do.
But I mean,
Yeah.
I think that was just a big thing that we were drawing a lot of stuff of them eating fish,
Yeah.
but realized that that's not like really a diet for them. It's mostly like sticks.
I think I came in as a beaver lover, so there wasn't anything that made me love them more. But I think a lot of people think that what they do is destructive,
Yes.
and I love that we've been able to reinforce it, how beneficial they are to people and to the environment, and like ultimately, if we understand what they're contributing, especially during a time of drought and mega fires, how beneficial they can be to humans is something that we all learned and embraced and hope is transmitted in the story that we've told.
I definitely felt it, and I think you nailed it.
We also had a lot of misunderstandings of what the tail was for. I think a lot of people were on our team were drawing them like making the dam with their tails, or
Right.
them like standing up with the tails, which I guess they kind of do. But like, I think there were a lot of misconceptions of how to use the tail. So once we figured that out, we were very accurate about it.
The tail has a lot of, and it's a wonderful propeller as they swim. I love that you clarified how they swim with their
Yes.
feet. Wonderful science. It's also a great dinner plate. So they like to
Yes.
sit with it up in front of them and just eat off of it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Sometimes they're poop, unfortunately.
We've also learned that apex predators like their tail, and that many of them have little bites taken out as they've
Some of
narrowly
those
escaped.
bites are even from other beavers.
Oh, there's a new fact.
Yes, one of the things, as loving as beavers are with their own family, is how territorial and protective they are over it. So when beavers wander into territories of other beavers, they come into conflict a lot. And one thing at our rescue that we see are beavers who have come into conflict with other beavers and not come out on top. So that's a real problem for beavers and as they go out into the world. Thank you so much for your guys' time.
Oh, thank you so much.
And for loving and caring about beavers, for spreading the word. If there was one more thing, if there was one takeaway, and I think you really already summed this up well, that you wanted to tell the world about these animals, if they were to come away with this film, from that big aha moment, what would it be?
Well, for me, it's again how beneficial they are to all wildlife and to humans, and what they can do for natural spaces, building an environment that's good for animals, but they're also good for humans. And so as much as we can understand that and support them and coexist with them, I think it's going to help all of us.
And we're animals too, and I think it's a very centering thing to kind of realize that we are part of that ecosystem as well. And I think that's something the movie's trying to talk about.
I love that you said that. I think when we are in animal, there's a lot of sterilization almost of animal science, and where we're removing ourselves and looking at animals in this very calculated way. Yes, we shouldn't over-anthropomorphize them, but we have to remember that we are animals too. We're human animals, and that we can't give them all of this mushy-gushy feeling, but they do feel, and they do have these important human type connections with each other. So I love that you said that.
Absolutely.
So, wonderful film. Cried the whole time. I can't wait to share it with everyone I love who's a big Beaver fan too.
Thank you.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. That was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What's Bo doing right now? What's Bo doing right now?
We can watch her on camera. I have camera.
what?
It's probably, what time is it? It is like, 20 degrees out. So Bo, being a more delicate educational ambassador, sleeps inside in our garage. We call it the Beaver Barn, and she's fostering 2 other younger baby beavers right now.
Oh.
She's fostering.
She is, and their relationship is interesting because I don't think any of them believe that Bo is their mother, but in a beaver colony, the family structure is that multiple generations live together, and the older siblings will raise the younger siblings.
Yeah.
So I think they all believe that they're my biological offspring, or at least Bo does.
I see.
And that, you know, Bo's accepting these younger babies was that she believes that they're also mine, that she's an older sibling, that these
Right.
babies.
You introduced them.
I introduced them to her very carefully and slowly because they said with that territorial nature that can go bad really quickly.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, these incredible chainsaw teeth that can cut down a forest, of course they.
Yeah. We did a Zoom call that was aggressive towards other beavers.
Yes.
So she couldn't be mixed with anybody. They tried, and then she would attack them, I think.
We were very nervous about that with a beaver that we have named Arrow, that we are looking to release to the wild, but she was so antisocial because she was just so fearful, and it took a long time to find a mate for her. It's like Beaver Love Island. You know, we get these beavers. Yeah, because the only way we can release them, another struggle, is they live with us for 2 full years before they're old enough to care for themselves and get back to the wild. And then after those 2 years, we have to release them in a mated pair. The most dangerous time for beavers is when they get kicked out of their original colony and have to go over land to find their mate.
Sure.
So it's a
We
really
try to advance that by giving
Yes.
them a mate.
So as long as there's a mate, they won't like overly attach to you. Like when you release
Ideally.
them, they won't like
Yes.
return back to you.
yes, they find, you know, their attachment to me is only because of a lack of something else. And once they find that, and even, you know, beaver babies love their moms, but they go out into the wild too. They know when to go. And
Yeah.
we've maybe, in a way, artificially prolonged that with Bo by her connection. She was raised a lot differently than other beavers because she only has one eye. And there's a lot of things about Bo that made her non-releasable. So she was raised from the time her umbilical cord was still attached. And because of her medical complications, she was handled by a lot of humans and a lot of veterinarians.
She thinks she's human.
She thinks she's human. She did not have a connection with other beavers. So she's a little different. She's a little off, but she still does enough of the innate beaver behavior to be really beneficial to these young beavers.
Yeah.
And just to give them that confidence and that calm sense of family.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe how big of a problem actual depression is in beavers. When we first get them and they've lost their families, they can really go downhill just out of sheer sadness. And that's when you remember that we are human animals. Maybe it's not as mushy-gushy for them as it is for us, but they will feel a loss. They'll stop eating, they'll stop doing things they should do, grooming their coat. And it's horrible to watch, but it's because they're such intelligent, community-based. You know, them finding that community is life or death for them.
Well, it defines their purpose.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing for everybody, for every living thing. It's like your purpose.
Yes.
Is what keeps you vital.
Yes.
Keeps you happy.
Absolutely. Beavers were that purpose for me. As funny as it is, I started off in wildlife rehabilitation 8 years ago, and I started to really lose that sense of purpose, just feeling that I could never offset the amount of harm being done in my little, no matter what I did, it was never enough.
I understand that feeling.
And then you meet beavers as an animal. So say I rescued 100 squirrels, 1,000 squirrels, literally, like, these are not figurative numbers. And then you just see roadkill, squirrels hit by cars, and it feels like, what is this squirrel? I'm never undoing this harm.
Right.
Then a beaver, you go and you create this home, this land, this refuge. It replaced, like, you find that, wait, they were always supposed to be here. They're not overpopulated. There's not enough. They were supposed to be everywhere.
Right.
They were supposed to put the world back to right, and it's something we can tangibly do.
Right.
When everything feels so hopeless, we can actually make this change. We can right this wrong, and we can fix it.
And they make an impact so quickly.
Yes.
That's inspiring.
Absolutely
right?
inspiring.
In such a short time, they can completely change an environment. You go, okay, my contribution does matter.
Yeah,
Every little bit adds up.
absolutely. It just sounds like a direct quote from Jane Goodall.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Your work is beautiful.
Sorry.
I need to see this ring video.
Did you actually rehearse that with them, or the phone?
Every day she loves, I walk her to the pond every day. We just decided where to get married based on where she goes.
Oh,
That's so
she usually
smart.
would do that path.
Yes. So we just,
I was like, is there like,
Like, how did they train her?
sound of running water?
Yeah, to get down the path. Yeah, exactly.
Is your husband also in this?
he may not because he brought me an injured goose. So
A love story.
I run this wildlife rescue, this emergency animal hotline, and he was a volunteer to transfer stuff on the hotline. And he brought me an introduced one night. It was kind of set up because my friend Trish knew we were both saying that it was like midnight, and I would
There's a
just like
setup?
know this so bad. And Trish called me, she's just like, can you take this? And you know, she said, well, you should take it. He's seriously nice. He's
Yeah.
That's a Pixar movie right there.
Yeah. What a love story. Yeah.
So cute.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for everything, and thanks.
So I'm at the end of my Pixar experience here. Got the ball in the background, the giant lamp, and it has been just a surreal day. Got my swag bag from Hoppers. What an excellent opportunity to just share the magic of Beavers through an absolutely captivating film. So much humor, so many twists and turns, so many surprises, and so much heart. Hoppers was everything I dreamed it would be and more. A couple little inaccuracies from a true Beaver lover's imagination, but they did capture the heart of Beavers and what they do as far as bringing community together and creating a home for so many other animals. And I love that, and I'm so excited for everyone to see this film. It's more than just a cute, totally classic, just like Beavers. It's more than just cute. It's a story that needs to be heard. I had the most incredible time at Pixar filming this interview, meeting some Beaver believers and creating some new ones. To watch the full interview and get all the behind the scenes, you can head on over to our YouTube or become a subscriber on our page. Thank you, Pixar, for this incredible opportunity, and Hoppers will be hopping to a theater near you March 6th. And a little bird told me that if you're planning on viewing in a Regal Cinemas in the Capital District of upstate New York, then a very special Beaver might be at the theater with you. So make absolute sure that you are following to see where Bo will be hopping next. Thanks for watching!